And welcome to the JTrain podcast. This is JTrain Jared Freid coming live from the West Village of Manhattan. We're here every Monday with your emails, your stories, your questions. I say it every episode. Let me say it again. Thank you. Thank you for listening to the show. Thank you for watching the show on YouTube. Hi, YouTube people. Thank you for telling a friend, a coworker, a brother, a sister, a mama, a papa, anyone with ears. We'll take the earless community as well. We will take anyone and everyone. And I'm thanking you. But the thanks also comes in the form of an ask. If you're like, well, why are you thanking me? I've never told anyone. Better start talking. Get your yapper moving. Tell a friend, a coworker, a brother, a sister, a mama, a papa, anyone with ears, the earless community as well. We'll take them all. So keep spreading the word, making your Instagram story. I love when you send it to a group chat. I like when someone, we got amazing questions here. And you send in your questions to jtrainpodcast@gmail.com. That's jtrainpodcast@gmail.com. The questions today, fantastic. And that's because Shelby, our man behind the curtain, is doing a fantastic job curating. We love specific. We love situations we can take our teeth and gnaw at the bone. And listen, I'm putting these videos on Instagram. And if you're here from an Instagram video, the whole point of the Instagram video is to put the cheese out to bring in the mice, okay? I want to put a little nibble out there. And it's funny because we put these videos out and Shelby's putting them together. Shelby is a mastermind. He's our podcast mogul in the making. We put out a little taste of it. There was a video that went out last week about should you share your number before a first date? It was so interesting to me, the amount of people that missed that it was from a man didn't share his number before the first date. See, these are nuanced. These are different. The questions have, I would, if a woman was saying, I don't give out my number for a first date, I'll go, I totally understand that. That makes a lot of sense to me. When a man says it, yeah, that changes things for me. I don't like that it changes things for me, but that's the world we live in. Nuance, context. So listen, I want you guys, touch little feelers on those Instagram videos. Okay, so we're going to get to the emails. We're going to get to our amazing guests. But before we do, I'm on the road again. Oh, more importantly, YouTube. All the behind the scenes from the TED Talk I gave are up. Okay? It's a 5-part series. I'm at the news in the morning. I'm at the TED Talk. I'm at the chili cook-off that I went to. If you're a Patreon member, I went to the chili cook-off in Virginia City, Nevada, and if you're sitting here being like, what the fuck is Virginia City, Nevada? I didn't know either. It is a town untouched by time. You got to go watch the video. It's insane. And also the TED Talk is coming out. So be on the lookout for that. I'll be sharing it, of course. I would love your feedback and all that stuff. So subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jared Freid. I'm on the road. If you're listening right now, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Oh, if you're listening right now, Boston, we're going to live you up coming up tomorrow. So there might not be tickets left, but you can go check it out, jaredfreid.com for tickies. Minneapolis, one night only in Minneapolis. It's part of they're doing a new comedy festival. I'm there, so come on out. San Francisco for You Up Live, Los Angeles for You Up Live, Huntsville, Alabama, Nashville, Tennessee, Springfield, Missouri, Austin, Texas for You Up Live, Providence, Rhode Island, just added. Providence, we had to reschedule the date because of the TED Talk. I'm coming, okay? you Portuguese fishermen, come on out, Providence. And then we're going to be in Raleigh. I'm coming back to Raleigh. I'm going to be at Good Nights. New York City for You Up Live, Dayton, Washington, D.C., and Albany, New York. JaredFreid.com. Assemble the group chat. Assemble the group chat, people. Very excited about today's guest. You've been on the show before.
I have.
You've been on the show.
A while ago, though.
A returner.
We barely knew each other.
And now we're like besties.
We've been through a lot together.
We've been through the ringer. We've been through truly hard seltzer. We've been
Margarita style
hard seltzer. Everyone, you know her, you love her. Hannah Berner, thank you for coming.
That's not my favorite experience with you. My favorite experience is when Colorado. I get to Colorado.
Well, this has created more issues than I could have ever imagined.
Wait, really?
Okay, so Denver, I had a blast in Denver. Mm-hmm. The show's sold out.
Amazing
great time.
club. Oh.
And then I complained about their condo. And apparently, and I've talked about this now so many times since, it's getting, like my brother keeps being like, you're still talking about the condo? All these comics keep coming back from the Comedy Works in Denver going, oh, they don't like you. They're mad at you. They're hard. Oh, they're pissed at you. And I'm like, why? I gave some constructive feedback on their shithole condo. I'm not letting up on this because the thing is, here's the thing. Comedians have low self-esteem. Mm-hmm. We all do. Mm-hmm. Okay? So we don't take ownership of how great we are, how much work we do, how hard we work. So I go to and it's not even about that the condo's that bad. Now I'm double downing, like now
it's about to get so much worse.
It's about to get worse. Well, Yamanika came back. Oh, they're mad at you. Cypher called me. We put it on the Reno video. The Reno video has a scene on the YouTube page of Cypher going, oh, they're mad at you. I think what happened was, so there's a listener and a Patreon subscriber is the social media person for the Comedy Works in Denver. Uh-huh. They're wonderful. They've been nothing but nice. They even asked to get me there. It took me 12 years to get to that club. Mm-hmm. So they said, oh my God, I just listened to, and I did a Coffee with JTrain episode where I basically taped it from the condo in Denver. Not knowing
in the beautiful condo bed that they provide.
You won't speak up. See, no one will defend me because they don't want to work there again. So I'm the only one that's I'm giving honesty. Everyone else is being dishonest. So Hannah was coming in to do show. I was there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Mm-hmm. Hannah came in. You did the Sunday night show. So they told me, they go, Hannah's coming in. You better get out of there before noon. Get out of there. Get the hell out. And I'm like, well, hold on. This is the perk of a condo is we can just float in and out. I know Hannah. Then they go, well, Hannah's flight's coming in early, so you can stay. So she's just going to go in early. And I'm like, oh, so you get to go in early? I'm getting shooed out?
We had a full kerfuffle because I was coming from the Moon Tower Comedy Festival. Yes. We added an earlier show at 4:30. So I wasn't going to risk coming in at like 1 or 2 for a 4:30 show. I was so tired when I got there because I left at like 4 a.m. And had to talk to comics at 4 a.m. It was brutal. And I get in and they can't find the key for like an hour. And I'm texting Ashley and I realize Jared is still in there. And I go, I know that man.
Yeah.
And you let me in that place because I need to lie down.
Yeah, which of course.
But I get in there. And I don't text you. And I don't know why. I think it's because I choose chaos in my life.
Sure.
But I just go, I'm just going to go to bed and see what happens.
Yeah.
And I get woken up by Jared being like, this condo. I don't know what the deal is with this condo. And this at like 11 a.m. And I was like, oh my God.
Doing a full Coffee with JTrain episode. Patreon.com/Jared Freid.
And it was very funny. I think as comics, we like to critique things. We like to see the different angle than the norm. I laughed. I giggled a little.
That's the thing. And so I guess what happened was, But
I'm not supportive of him. I am not supporting him.
Bullshit. Every comic has looked at me and go, yeah, it's not that great. Here's the thing. They are up their own ass about how great it is that it hasn't been tended to in a long time. Mm-hmm. There's no garbage can. Where's the garbage can? Mm-hmm. I told that to one of the comics that came to me. They go, yeah, I had to make a bag. Mm-hmm. I had to make a little bag for the garbage. Mm-hmm. You're going to have a condo, no sodas, no waters, nothing in the fridge. There's dog food. That's the amount of food. If I had a condo where I was inviting people in, snack it up, drink it up. This is a different show. This is Luxury Lounge. But I'm just saying, it is, and the fact that they're mad at me for being honest, and again, we're months later. It keeps hovering over me. My manager, he's talked to someone about someone else, and then about another venue. The other venue goes, oh, do you know Jared Freid? Oh, I heard he hates the condo. This is like everyone is talking about it. Everything that comes up Denver comes up about this condo.
What sucks for people who don't know also, Comedy Works is one of the best clubs to ever play.
This is why no one ever says anything. This is why. You got it. This is the thing. We comics don't have self-esteem. Okay, we all think and I'm one of the rare breeds.
We're trash.
Yeah, that we're all afraid we're never going to work again. And yeah, I'm a little afraid that I'll never work in Denver again. I'm hoping
you won't.
Yeah, no, I'll be on a street corner.
You'll be a street performer.
But you know where I'm staying? The Four Seasons, not the fucking condo. I mean,
yeah, you were like, the Warriors are staying at the Four Seasons. They were playing basketball.
I could have been
that night.
hanging with Steph Curry.
Steph Curry.
Here's the thing. And so I guess so the person who listens to Coffee with JTrain played it for everybody.
Oh.
So I think what happened was, I don't think that there
He
was
shared it in the group chat, like you said.
I don't know. Well, they shared it. Did what I asked. I don't think I have a sneaking suspicion because everyone's like, oh, the owner hates you. I don't think the owner hates me. I think what happened was the person in charge of the condo looked bad because I complained about it. Because let me give you the list of items. And it's not, here's the thing. When you ask, hey, I'd like to stay at a hotel, they go, well, what about the condo? Then they make you feel obligated. You feel obligated because low self-esteem.
And digging and digging.
I believe I'm right. When I think I'm right, when I know I'm right, I will talk about this for the rest of my life.
So let's say you are right.
You stated
let's say he's right.
Hannah,
I don't agree with him, but let's say he's
Hannah,
right.
when you turn on the lights, did it buzz you? Did it give you shock treatment?
I still have.
Did it have cable TV?
My sleep has never been the same.
Did the AC work? They have no AC. No AC. Was there trash on the patio? Was there a trash can? Was there moisturizer for you after the shower?
You're different than most male comics and female comics in that you're couth. You know, you come from a nice Jewish family who vacations in Florida.
That's okay.
And, you know, you have certain standards.
Here's the thing. That is all true. But the more true part is, comedy clubs have condos.
Yeah.
They have condos. That is a thing. People who don't know the comedy world might not know that.
Yeah.
Comedy clubs own condos where they put up the comedians, and generally they are horrific alleyways of living situations. The comedy condo in Denver is very nice compared to those. So people have been complimenting them for years and years, and then the minute
it's fun.
It's fun.
It's cutely decorated.
It's got all this. But I'm not staying for decoration.
Yeah.
I want comfort.
Yeah.
So then I roll in, and I give some reality, as opposed to this fanciful comedy world where everyone's like, oh, it's better than a dumpster in an alley. And then they go, then now it's my fault that I've complained too much. And this isn't to say Comedy Works, the best club in the country. I'm saying it to you right now. You're a great club. I love playing in that club. The laughs hit you right in the face. You feel like a fucking $1 million. Every comic says it. Every comic says it. But maybe put a garbage can in your condo. So one garbage can.
Jared, you can talk about this forever. How do we resolve this? Do we send them a garbage can with some flowers?
That's a good point.
Do we do a vlog?
I'm going to send a Rubbermaid, 10-gallon garbage can from Costco.
That could make it worse because there's a little attitude with that.
No, but I think the attitude would, it's a wink and a nod.
What if we vlogged you going?
This is the vlog. This is on video.
Oh shit. But you went there and you were like, let's collaborate.
Oh, why don't we do a house renovation thing?
Yeah, an HGTV thing.
Yeah,
You're one of the gay guys with the brother.
I can be straight too in this scenario.
I think it's funny if you're gay. But
I'm queer eye. I don't know how I all of a sudden became gay.
You have to change my sexuality for a vlog.
Yeah, I could still just
I
be
just
me.
feel like your taste would be better, but it's beside the point.
I'm going to just give a couple.
What aesthetic would you bring?
Just, how about a water in the fucking fridge? Okay, JTrainPodcast@gmail.com. We're here with Hannah Berner. We weren't going to talk about this, and then
we couldn't help it.
You just got married.
I did.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It had a woodsy aesthetic, even though it was out in the Hamptons. I said it was woodsy. And
the aesthetic was complex. And I joked. I was like, I just want a garage wedding. I want to just get married. Des is like, we'll elope. And then
No. You don't
start
want that.
to compare. You start to look at other people's stuff, and then you realize all these people are coming. They're spending money to come here. I need to.
What you realize is that, again, to bring it back to the Denver Comedy Works condo, you realize you have opinions when you are put face to face with a decision to make.
True.
So when someone says, oh, stay at my condo, you go, do you have a garbage can? And then you go, I would like a garbage can and some moisturizer and a light switch that doesn't shock me, electrocute me every time. And I'd like to put on, cable TV. like a normal fucking person. No, but you go, like, I have so many wedding opinions that I don't even know I have.
That is so adorable. But, well, yeah, you don't know it yet, because if someone said right now, do you want a chrysanthemum or a tulip? You go fuck yourself. But then when they show it to you
wedding,
and they show the aesthetic and you're looking at it, suddenly, if you don't get those chrysanthemums, someone's going to be in trouble.
I don't give a shit if it's $2 more a chrysanthemum.
Yeah.
You know?
And I basically start looking at all these aesthetics on TikTok, and I was like, okay, I need a Tulum, disco, Hamptons, garden party, kind of like a state sale vibe with a human sacrifice, or we're going to have a problem.
Tulum garden party. Feel like you're bringing two different people from two different sides of the aisle. That is Queen of England meets worst influencer you've ever met. How is those two coming together as an aesthetic?
I wanted like to feel like you're partying in paradise, but also like Brooklyn, almost like a good Williamsburg vibe to it.
You want and then turns it.
I just feel like I want it to be unique in a certain way. And those details are stupid in the big scheme of things, but
nothing's
part
stupid.
Of the fun.
It's your world. This is the thing. It's stupid if someone's like, hey, does anyone have an opinion on Ukraine? And then you're like, I'd like chrysanthemums at my wedding. Yeah, that's stupid. Exactly. But when it comes to, I have a look that I want to achieve. I want this many pass around hors d'oeuvres. I want this out, this type of food. I want the type of music I want. Now, you know, we care.
Yes.
So you went from a wedding like, I'm chill girl, I don't care.
I was so chill.
I'm in.
I was just like a guy's girl. And then I'm like, you're with me for life. So that was a fun transformation for me. But now I'm happy. It's over. I can like
chill out. You're a married woman. You're has-been, old, ton, you know.
Saying the word husband makes me feel like I was like you. All I did was talk about dating shit.
Sure.
Like, it's so bad for my brand. I'm having a little identity crisis. My brand is fucked. So yeah.
Listen, speaking of brand, JTrain Podcast is sponsored. The JTrain Podcast is sponsored by Mint Mobile. When you hear that Mint Mobile offers premium wireless starting at just $15 a month, you think, what's the catch? Yeah, I would think the same thing. $15 a month? There isn't one. Mint Mobile's secret sauce is that they are the first company to sell wireless service online only. You know, it is hilariously interesting to me that it's like it's taken this long for a mobile company to be like, hey, we don't need that storefront. Then that's what Mint Mobile's doing. They're like, get rid of the storefront, come directly to us. We're going to pass the savings on to you. They cut out the cost of retail stores and pass those sweet savings directly to you. I love this. I have Mint Mobile. I love it. I'm enjoying it. And the best part is premium wireless for just $15 a month. Mint Mobile gives you the best rate, whether you're buying for one or a family. And at Mint Mobile, families start at just 2 lines. So you and a friend, hook it up. All plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan. Keep your same phone number along with your existing contacts. So same phone, better price. What's better than that? Switch to Mint Mobile and get premium wireless service starting at just $15 a month. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and to get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/JTrain. That's mintmobile.com/JTrain. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/JTrain. Hannah, you ready to answer some questions?
I was born ready.
JTrainPodcast@gmail.com, here with Hannah Berner. Everyone go listen to Giggly Squad or Burning in Hell. Those are the podcasts. At Hannah Berner on Instagram. You know her. You love her. You ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
Are men threatened by my career? Okay. Did you ever feel that men were threatened by your career?
Sometimes. It depends on the dude.
It depends?
Yeah.
You know, I know Des. I know your husband.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ew, stop saying
your
that.
Husband. Jared Feather. Well, when Des approached you, he, you know, coming after, a big fish.
I do like an older man sometimes. Ladies, if you're listening, we love a zaddy because they're tired. They're not trying to show you up. They don't need the attention. They've gotten it. He's been around the block.
Yeah.
So you just let him rest.
Yes.
And because he's older, we're in different parts of our careers. Like, he's like, I just want to play golf and take care of the kids. You could work. And when he said that, when I tell you I got wet.
Well, yeah, that is a wet-inducing line.
Yeah.
Because you're like, well,
it's confident of him.
The wetness comes from everyone knowing the roles. when the roles are stated, you do get out there, fucking go out and make it happen. I'm going to be here with, with the fucking poop machines changing diapers. And it's like, you go, thank God. We get it. This person, right? Jared, feather, love the pod, luxury lounging you up. Here's my situation. I'm in my late 20s and just got out of a 3.5-year relationship. I've been going on Hinge dates and I am trying to keep my standards high. I'm an engineer. I have a great job. I've found that my friends who are single with careers like lawyer, pharmacist, other engineers have a hard time finding men who want to pay for first dates, and some guys are straight up not nice to us at all. I hate hearing that. Lots of my friends from colleges are teachers, and when I hear about their dating app dates, they typically report dates where the man pays and is treating them like a gentleman. Is this all based on my career choice? I am ready to start telling my dates that I work in the daycare. I work in the daycare in my office just to see if they treat me any differently. Thanks, a lady who wants to be treated like one. So this person is asking. This person is an engineer and wants to know if they're not getting treated nicely because they have a high-powered career. Do you think men are intimidated by women with careers like this one? There
are definitely tons of men who are intimidated by women with those careers, but lying to make him more comfortable is not the answer.
Not going to help you.
Because he's going to be an asshole in a different way. He's just showing you through that. I do think because you have a different type of career, it is going to be harder to date, as in you just can't, any Joe Schmo is not going to be a right fit for you. And that's okay.
Yeah, I think the men are intimidated by my career thing is a overblown thing. Not to say it's not true, but it's a very it's a tasty headline. It's a retweetable thing. So people say it a lot, and you go, well, I would say you're meeting men who are intimidated by strong, powerful women.
Or you're meeting men
and they're not the right
who
one for
hate
you,
their own situation.
Yes, it's
less what they think about you. It's men who are insecure with where they are in life. How many dudes, I know a lot of stories of guys who meet a great girl, they think, oh, I'm not good enough for her, I'm going to fuck it up, I'm going to get rejected, so I'm just going to sabotage this. And then a guy that you thought you were like doing a favor going on a date with is ghosting you, and you're like, oh my, and then you're obsessed with him because he ghosted you.
Yeah.
Not that this has happened, it did, but I do think
a vicious cycle.
Yeah. And I know even guys who with my friend have been like, I just need time to like get my shit together. Like, she's really successful, I can't pay for dates, I don't have enough money, and I'm like, she just wants a nice guy to fuck her.
But again, when you point the finger, 3 point back at you. So it's the truth.
Is that it? Oh,
go like that. There it is. Point the finger, 3 point back at you. So it's like you're too ahead in your career really means I got 3 fingers pointed back at myself saying I'm not where I want to be is exactly what you're saying.
Exactly.
And I agree with you totally. I don't think they're I think the idea of like trying to like juke right so you miss the dude who's gonna be intimidated. You ain't gonna fool this guy. He's gonna be shitty at some point.
Thank them for immediately showing his own insecurities that you don't want to deal with. And you don't even have to find a guy who makes more money than you. You want to find a guy who's confident in his situation. Even if he's like in sanitation. He fucking loves sanitation. He's crushing it. And he's going to get whatever it's called afterwards that keeps coming.
The union, the pension.
Yes, the pension. Yes. So anyway, he's got a fire pension. You just want a guy who's
whatever
confident.
That is. The money that comes all the time, no matter what. Yeah. Well, I just think, again, what you said is correct. It's flushing people out. Let's look at it as a positive. If they can't handle you at engineer, they can't handle you at daycare worker, okay?
It's true.
And that's the reality. They are not, I like that she's polled the group. And, and here's the other thing. I think also what you have to admit to is, you are you, and that's okay. That's great. Like, the idea that like, I like that she's like, my friends who are school teachers, they're all getting treated a different way than the, engineers and lawyers. And you're like, yeah, those are 2 different women.
Yeah. And you don't want to be your friend or quit your job and try to become your friend. That's not healthy.
But that's not you. And that's the thing. It's like, and I'm not saying, engineer deserves, assholery. I'm saying that you're just going to get it from the guy who would be normally on the date with teacher.
And I do have to warn, even the most successful guys could still feel insecure about their shit. It doesn't matter how much money he makes.
It's not a money thing.
It's not a money thing.
It's a situation thing. And I say this all the time. A lot of times, when a lot of people write in, they'll be like, what happened? We had a great first date and it didn't work out. There's a lot of people looking for just situations and not people.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, you present a situation that they've never been around. And they go, and then they act like an asshole because they're insecure.
Yep.
JTrainPodcast@gmail.com. JTrainPodcast@gmail.com. Here with Hannah Berner.
Next victim.
Get Glee Squad. Go, go, go. Burning in hell. Let's do this one. How to decide if the ex is worth it.
Never.
Jared, Feather, longtime listener since the TFM days. Apologies, I'm only 23, so maybe this email deserves it to be mocked, not a great sell. Well, I think a 23-year-old email can make just as much sense as an 83-year-old email. Anyways, I dated a girl in high school, and we ended up hooking up on and off throughout college when we were both home for breaks. Now we're 23, living in Boston and New York City, so we were close enough to visit easily on the weekend. We have been casually talking and hooking up the last couple of months as she visits New York City for work, and I just spent a weekend with her in Boston. What is your advice on hooking on hung...
He kept hooking up, kept typing for him. I fixed something.
Hewing? What is your advice on hooking up and talking to an ex who you have been with, and he puts in quotes, been with, for years? I am not sure I want to hitch my wagon to her and start doing a long-distance relationship right now. Well, don't say it that way. I'm not sure if I'm looking to hitch my wagon to this cow yet. But I also don't want to cut her off entirely. Oh, dude.
Naughty.
Listen, you're in a safe space. You can be he can be honest with us, and then we got to be honest with him. I go on lots of Hinge dates in New York City and haven't found anyone that excites me, and at least the ex excites me, makes me happy. Do you think pursuing something casual with the ex can work, or is it bound to end up hurting me and her in the long run? I suppose it is a leap of faith, but I would love your esteemed 36-year-old mind to think this one through. Thanks a ton. Well, I'm 37.
You wise old wizard.
You old bitch. Figure this out. Okay, I will. But I would say I can see where the issues lie here. What do you think about
it? Sounds like he's very comfortable with her. It sounds like you guys have something good going, but he's not ready to settle down. He wants to have a little cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
My general thing with dating is if you want to meet someone, you have to close the door on the half-ass one.
Yeah, I'm with you. This is the term placeholder has become kind of a dating term that women have used when it ends. They'll go, I was a placeholder, which I've heard from the other end. On my end, I go, that's shitty to hear because...
Doesn't mean you didn't like them.
Well, that's the thing. You're not wrong when you call it a placeholder. Like, he just explained
he likes
the
her.
definition of placeholder.
Yeah.
From the icky guy side.
Yeah.
Like, hearing it is a little icky. I can understand how someone's like, fuck him. You're comfortable with her when you're with her and then you're out dating when you're not. And it's like, and they've been doing this since high school. So comfort is the key word here. Dude, it's time to get uncomfortable. Let me tell you that right now. It's time. You're 23. I get it. I understand you like her. He thinks she's funny, smart, beautiful. He's not ready for this situation. The way, when you describe moving on to a relationship as hitching your wagon, when you describe the woman as if they're a bull that is going to be...
I honestly don't even know what it means.
carrying your covered wagon. Now you've kind of turned them into
like a ball and chain.
Yeah, like they're not even a person. And you're going to find someone that is the match for you. But I think, and you're doing it NYC to Boston. If I could give the best advice I could give, do it now. It's going to get worse. I would, if I was him, I would say to this person, you are wonderful, you're smart, you're beautiful. And I've had so much fun. And they're going to be mad. They're going to feel turned down. This isn't a turn down. We have had a nice time, but it is not going to be more than this. And I am looking for more than this. And they're going to say, well, why can't it be with me? They're going to say that. And you're going to have to eat it. And you're going to go, I wish I had a better answer than this isn't the right match for me. But also, it's been a wonderful match for me because we've learned a lot from each other, especially, hooking up since high school, right?
Yeah, well, I know something that I think will convince him. Like, you're 23.
Yeah.
That is your time. People are mirrors for you. If you're always looking at the same mirror, you'll always think the same way about yourself.
Totally.
Put yourself in front of different mirrors. Have some girls teach you some new shit, okay?
Yes.
Learn some stuff, because by the time you're 30 and you might want to settle down more, you want to have all the experiences and knowledge. And if she's your person, she's your person. But if you're just comfortable with her, what Jared said, get uncomfortable, get nervous on a date, feel uncomfortable, and you'll grow. And then by the time you're a wise man like Jared at 36,
that's right,
the knowledge you will have.
I mean, I used to say that they're acting as a netting for you while you're on the tight wire. You're on the tight wire of pussy, and you're out there on Hinge, and you're trying, you're doing a lot of moves.
And she's
you're
like,
doing
I got you, babe. I got you.
Yeah, and if you fall, right into her fucking
and you're going to break her leg.
Yeah.
You will.
So I think like you can do this maturely, and it happens right now. JTrain podcast at gmail.com. JTrain podcast at gmail.com here with Hannah Berner. We're sponsored, people. The JTrain podcast is brought to you by Stitch Fix. Shopping for new clothes can be stressful. You never know if things will fit. Returns are difficult, and sometimes you don't even know where to start. This season, let Stitch Fix do all the hard work. I love Stitch Fix for a few reasons. One, you give them a whole profile, and then they come back to you with stuff you might not have chosen. It is someone else doing the choosing for you. Then you get to try it on in your own home, your own mirrors, your own lighting. You can make sure it looks good in the way you live your life. Then whatever you like, you keep, send home the rest, and you try again later. What a fantastic way to open up. And it's like when we come on this podcast. If I present you with a question that you didn't think of, it opens up a door in your brain that you never thought would have been open. That's what Stitch Fix is doing for you fashionably. They're taking a door in your fashion brain and going, this shirt might look good. Why don't you throw it on? Why don't you give it a shot? That's Stitch Fix. I love it. They have expert stylists, and they're going to go to work for you. Sign up for Stitch Fix and get this season's latest pieces for women, men, and kids. I love this. Shipping and returns and exchanges are easy and free. Keep what you love. Send back what you don't. Sign up today at stitchfix.com/JTrain to get $20 off your first purchase. That's stitchfix.com/JTrain to get $20 off your first purchase. This might be your new favorite piece that I'm giving you free money on. Limited time offer. Purchase within 2 days of sign up. Let's do it. Oh, I love Stitch Fix. Okay. Here with Hannah Berner. Okay. We got a good one. You're in a relationship. You're good. You're good for this. I think this will. I
hope I'm still in a relationship.
Well, we'll see. After this comes out, things may have changed based on Des being told he's Mr. Mom.
I know. I'm always like, don't fuck it up.
But you just went through the Bachelorette party. How was the Bachelorette party? It was a
was
star-studded event.
Miami.
It was very influencer heavy.
Ja Rule came out at the strip club first night.
Really?
It was incredible. Ja came out. I was rapping to him, lost my voice. It was everything. And we did have a photographer come around to get the quality content. And people are going to judge, but isn't it the worst when you go out, you like your outfit, and you have to be like, can everyone stop and take my photo?
No. Well, that doesn't really happen on bachelor parties. It's actually something that's never happened. Hey, guys, just loving my vibe.
Don't you hate when the light hits you right and you need that photo
guys,
in that moment?
The Miami sunset. I'm just really feeling this outfit. Like, you don't come out of the shower and everyone's like, ooh! Everyone's like, 17 dudes call you gay. And you're like, I don't even know. There's only 9 of us here. How did all these extra guys come out here to tell me my sexuality? It's not even a funny joke.
What's funny about Des is he's 46 and he was like, I don't need a bachelor party.
What was his bachelor party? Just like a couple of dudes eating
so he didn't
grilled
have
chicken
one.
with no spice on it?
He didn't have one. I said, you don't want to have one? He goes, I'm just going to close my eyes and remember things. I'm like, that is disgusting. That is truly disgusting.
You guys have really heated up the relationship space. I'm just going to close my eyes and wait for death to come for me.
You know what? That's what we love an older man. But he had fun. His boys from Ireland came the week before
great.
the wedding. I was kind of there, but like, you know.
Just in the background, hovering.
Yeah, just
asking if anyone needs anything. Not annoying at all.
Anyone?
No, okay.
Is the hot tip temperature okay for you guys?
Boyfriend's bachelor trip.
Okay.
Jared, my boyfriend of 2 years, went to Vegas for his best friend's bachelor party. He's never given me a reason to doubt him, but his friends, on the other hand, are known to get involved in some shady behaviors. That statement bothers me because it's like, oh, my angel of a man has to deal with these peasants, because I'm usually the guy that's like, they're like, and he hangs out with that Jared who talks about his penis on stage. Like, in the past, when he confided in me with secrets about their actions, I blacked out and told one of the girlfriends. This caused issues, of course. Oh, you can't do that.
If you want to keep getting this good information, you got to keep it in.
Yeah, you got to keep it in, and also you got to keep it in because you get to know, like, hey, he comes to me.
Yes.
But also, if he's coming to you with stuff on the other guys, you know, there's three sides to every story.
Yes.
I blacked out and told one of the girlfriends. This caused issues, of course, but on the mend at this point, and I have learned from this. Fast forward to this trip. One of his good friends had tagged their party location in an Instagram story, and I was intrigued. I like the woman who's like, I've learned from this. I don't talk about anything anymore. And now she's on
stay out of
the
people's
tagged
business.
Location.
I don't want to be involved in people's business, but if you tag it, what am I going to do?
Yeah, she's on the Vegas Instagram story. You know, the one that's just the location? You can go watch what's going on in Vegas. It's like just looking for her boyfriend.
You're like, are my notifications on for everyone on the party? Maybe.
One of his good friends had tagged the party location in his Instagram story, and I was intrigued. Upon clicking the location, there was a video taken by girls nearby where it was clear one of his friends was grinding up on some girl. When he got home, I asked him point blank if anything had happened with his friends, and he lied. He said everyone was good. She writes in parentheses, lies. This caused me to question his motives. Why lie to me about their actions? I brought up the video, and he responded with, last time I told you what happened, it landed us in a lot of trouble. You were doing what was right, but I don't want to have any more issues with this type of thing. It is making me question if he is concealing more than what had happened on this trip. How do I get him to trust me again with secrets at the very least? Or is it truly none of my business and not worth even asking in the first place? Thanks in advance. What do you think?
Are these guys single, his friends?
I don't know. I guess it doesn't seem like it, because last time she reported, she dealt with, an issue, and then she said that their relationship is on the mend now. So it sounds like it's like, and I think, going with single guys, they get crazy. There's nothing to write in about. Going with relationship guys who get a little grindy she's reflecting. Assuming
he hangs out with cheaters, her biggest fear is that he is a cheater.
Well, her biggest fear is he's getting even if he isn't a cheater, he's getting a front row seat for what he could be doing. If they can do it, I can do it. I can understand that.
Yeah.
That's where...
And I think she's trying to be like, get ahead of it, but that's also like pushing him away more.
Yeah.
And you have to trust, if a dude's going to cheat on you, he's going to cheat on you, and there's nothing you could do. If you think researching, following people, that's you trying to control your anxiety.
The cheating isn't the issue.
If he's going to cheat, let him cheat.
And the cheating was going to happen if you don't take care of the things that come before the cheating.
Yeah.
You're talking, and here's one of the things that comes before the cheating. Sometimes the answer's in the email. She even wrote it. She writes, she looks at the location, she sees a guy grinding with a woman at the location. Okay. I would put that in the category of gray. Because, and I'm not saying I'm out grinding on women when I have a girlfriend or wife at home. Here's what I'm saying, though. You asked him. Upon clicking location, there was a video taken by girls nearby where it was clear one of his friends was grinding up on some girl. When he got home, I asked him point blank if anything had happened with his friends, and he lied.
You're testing him.
No. You were vague with your question.
Yeah.
To me, if I had a friend grinding with a woman, hey, did anything happen with your friends? That would be the last memory I would have. Of all the things, I don't know what. I think his penis touched an ass through a pants. Like, I don't know. Do you
also, it's enough to have one boyfriend. You can't try to monitor all his friends.
But that's the problem. She was so vague with the friends.
Yeah.
And then she's saying he lied, which isn't vague. Yeah. Lie is black and white.
Yes.
Did anything happen with your friends is vague. Yes. Why would I want to tell you any story? Like, I don't even know where to start. What?
Yes. Yes.
In this scenario, when he got home, point blank, if anything had happened, what do you mean? Give me what you saw. So to me, lack of trust brings lack of trust. You didn't trust him enough to question him on, I saw woman A grinding with guy B. What was that about? That's a different question than, did anything happen? Anything?
She's testing
Well, we
him.
ate at the buffet. Lies. You know, like-
Lose, bad, evil.
Right?
Also, it's not so black and white that like his friends are either evil or they're not. And when you date a guy, it is so nice to get along with his friend group.
Yes.
And if you want to be with this dude forever, you're going to deal with this 24/7. Either you accept these dudes and let them live their lives and slowly gain trust with him back, that he could tell you shit that you can keep and not be judgmental with.
And I don't want to blame her. I'm not blaming her, but I'm saying...
Are we gaslighting her?
Yeah, well, I don't think we are. I just think when she says lies, he lied. She wrote in capitals, lied and lied.
True.
So she's so caught up on this one thing that she saw happen that to him, again, if I saw my friend grinding on a woman who was married, I would go, that guy's a fucking asshole. But I would also go, I wouldn't even bring it up as what went wrong. It's not like he fucked her. It's not like he hooked up. The idea that women go on a bachelorette party and every woman in a relationship isn't going, oh, I'll take a drink, or flirting with a dude who thinks he's gonna fuck her when she has a husband or a boyfriend at home. That's happening too. And it's like, some things aren't meant to be seen on Instagram stories. Sorry you saw it. But the thing is, I would be more trustworthy of a partner that was like, I saw Greg grinding on this fucking chick.
Yeah.
You guys better watch out.
Yeah.
Oh, you're my partner in crime.
Yeah, if you're like, by the way, like just tell them to be better with the phones because like people are seeing him grind and like I don't want him to get in trouble.
I just saw it.
I wasn't looking. It just popped up.
But also, if you're talking with your, like, it's not even I don't want him getting in trouble. It's like, if I'm talking to my girlfriend about that, now I'm like, yeah, my girlfriend's cool. I can tell her anything because she's seeing that going, knowing that and trusting me that I'm good enough to be like, hey, and again, what you said in the beginning is like, if he's going to cheat, he's going to cheat. The idea of like, I don't want to look like I can just be taken advantage of. I'm not saying that. I'm saying someone who trusts their boyfriend goes, oh, here's a screenshot. You better seeing all the angles here on this 3-camera shoot.
This is important. I feel like there's 2 really important things in relationships: hot sex and hot gossip. And if you don't enjoy gossiping together, and after a day being like, you won't believe what Stephanie said to Jared.
Yes.
Then what are you excited for?
Yes.
Just mundane chat? No, you want the hot tea. And if he can't give you the tea, then what are you doing?
You excluded him from the tea. You basically said, hey, I'm looking to make some tea. And then he was like, I don't think we got any in the cupboard. And then you're like,
so break up with him.
JTrain podcast at gmail.com. JTrain podcast at gmail.com. Here with Hannah Berner at Hannah Berner on Instagram. Go follow if you don't already. I miss my alone time.
Oh.
Okay. As a married woman, an old maid, you might understand this. Jared, I've been happily married for 14 years, and I've been a teacher about as long. I love my job, but I have to be on all. I love my job, but I have to be on all day and talk almost all day. Pre-pandemic, my post-work day routine was come home, unwind on the couch in my silent, blissful, childless alone time, and maybe take a nap. Even though husband is allowed to return to the office, he has chosen to continue work from home. My precious, quiet, alone time is no more. Now, the moment I come home, my husband jumps on me with a golden retriever level of enthusiasm. Ask me how my day was. What are we making for dinner? Starts telling me about his day. If I'm lucky enough that he's on a call when I walk in the door, his fake work voice is so annoyingly loud and can be heard throughout the entire house. There is no napping. I don't want to listen to I don't want to listen to Let's Circle Back guy when I'm trying to chill the fuck out. He walks the dog on his lunch, does the laundry, and cleans the house without having to be asked to do it. All the perks made possible by him working from home. If he doesn't go back to the office or learn to leave me alone, lower his volume, I may smother him with a perfectly fluffed pillow. Am I an asshole? Please advise. Thanks. Sincerely, Sleepless in a City Not as Cool as Seattle.
She's
so
funny.
This teacher, she's a married woman, 14 years. Her husband is now working from home and she's got no alone time. What should she do?
I, as a cat lover, I do understand. Sometimes you want to be touched and pet, and then sometimes don't fucking touch me, leave me alone. And also, I get energy from being alone. So, girl, I feel you. But also, let's have some gratitude for a second. You have this great guy who's so excited to be around you and does stuff around the house. That's great. But it reminds me of the SNL sketch. Did you see it where they're like, my husband needs a friend?
I think I heard of it. Yeah. Well, men don't have friends.
Yeah, like once they get married, they're just like, what do you want to talk about? And the girls are kind of like, I mean, I don't, can you talk to someone else?
Yeah.
So I think that it won't hurt his feelings for you to say, can I get an hour and a half alone in my room?
Yeah, I'm with her. I totally understand where she's coming from. The work from home thing. The thing is, pre-pandemic, there was a dynamic. It was a dynamic you were used to, you loved, you owned your time, and people, you know when. And then that all got jumbled up in this little snow globe, and then everyone landed where they landed. And now your husband landed right the fuck next to you on the couch.
On your face.
And going, well, should we watch Netflix? Should we do something else? And it's like, I totally get it. And it's like, a talk has to be had.
I got really good advice once, which was don't ever get to the point where you guys become like siblings, like you become like roommates. And that comes with taking time apart sometimes.
Gotta be missed.
Yes, a little bit of missing. And you can't just like go day to day and treat them like a sibling, like they're just there and you're excited that, I don't know. You have to do things to keep it hot and fresh.
Yeah, I don't, and it's interesting because it's like you want to look at him and go, hey, you want to do some like intramural leagues? Like you can go sign up for that. Like,
I know, but you can't kick the guy out of his own house.
That's a problem too.
But I do think you speak to him on like a mental health aspect, being like, you know, after work, like the kids, it's a lot. And I'm a better wife when I get to have my nap.
Well, it's like having a roommate who's home all the time.
Oh.
Nobody wants that.
Oh, you're so right.
The best roommate is never home.
That you always have to have small talk prepared, and you're just like, not again.
And I get it. Like, you know, you do an hour set, and you come off stage, and you're like, your brain is fried because it's just focus, just like her being a teacher. Focus.
It's very similar.
And then you go, I just want to sit. And then, you know, sometimes, you know, the person who opens is like, what'd you think of them? How's it going? Did you like them? Did you want to go? Are you going to go out after? And you're like, give me 7 minutes
Yes.
to fucking sit here and go numb with Instagram scrolling. So it's like, I think she needs to have a talk. I don't know. Maybe, you know, maybe she needs to like join some club of her own. Maybe she goes, hey, I'm going to correct papers in a lobby of a hotel. Maybe you go to a hotel. I don't know. I would go.
Have an affair. Go to a motel.
Find a new guy. Hang out at his place until he gets home. Blow him. Then.
But it's also an awkward time. It's like 3 to 6 when she gets back. Yeah, that it's hard to be like get out of your house during. He's still working probably.
Yeah, that's true.
It's an awkward time. Or you know what? Let's have him go into the office 2 days a week.
You gotta have a talk. I would say, and I don't think she's an asshole at all.
No,
I think you have
you're
to
not
talk
an
to them.
asshole.
And listen, this pandemic stuff was so, and nothing is worse than thinking something's going to end and then it doesn't. That's the biggest problem here. She was like, okay, pandemic, he's going to be home. We'll deal with it. Nice little change up. And then the change up never came back. So you need to go to him and be like, hey, I'm just feeling these things. I have to let you know. I used to have this hour at home where I could just zone out and just never fucking lift my eyelids.
Yeah.
And I need you to understand how different this is.
I also find guys are like dogs a little bit, not in a bad way, but like they can't read your mind. So sometimes they like order. Like he can't read your mind. He'd like for you to say, hey, I would love to have my alone time for me. Like I've said that to Des before and Des loves it. Like he's like, oh, great, easy. I like my alone time too. Let's do it this. So you just have to express it to him because if you keep it in, one day you're going to burn the house down.
You won't be together 28 years. We're not going to do another 14. JTrain podcast at gmail.com. JTrain podcast at gmail.com. This one's called Help an Old Maid Out.
You talking about me?
Yeah. From me to you. JTrain, feathers galore. I'm a somewhat recent listener, but have been going back through old podcasts and think you're great. I love hearing the Q&As, so I figured, what the hell, and decided to write it. I'm probably in the older listenership as I'm a 40-year-old single, never married female who just hasn't found my person. I live in a very large city and have done the dating apps on and off for years, but I truly don't have the time or energy for swiping and messaging, not to mention age, and frankly, quality is a factor. 90% of my friends are married with kids, which also makes it hard to go out on the weekends. While I understand that I will likely end up with a guy who has been married and probably has kids, totally fine with me, by the way, I still feel overlooked and frustrated. I just listened to the podcast with Tank Sinatra and completely understood not wanting to leave the couch for just anybody unless I have actual motivation or attraction to someone. I have been set up by well-meaning friends and clients, but simply throwing another single person at me without thinking we may have things in common feels forced and ends up an obligation and not fun for me at all. Totally understand this. I oftentimes end up on a date because I force myself to, and I wish I wasn't...
Bless you.
Thank you. And wish I was
He's
anywhere
allergic
else.
to dating.
That's right. I feel like I have to compete against younger, hotter women or the mommy glow-up divorcee Pilates instructor types because somehow dating a single, never married woman with no kids seems off-putting, just a guess. I would disagree with that. I think you're going to get questions. What's going on? What was your last relationship? You have to expect everyone has a history, and men want to know about the history as much as a woman want to know the history. I think that also, though, is more of a woman thing. In my opinion, like, the guy never been married, he can't commit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
and she said in the very beginning, it's because you haven't found the right person. Because you could have been a divorcee. That's easy.
Yeah, and so I think her perspective is totally, from the looks of this email, is totally valid and sounds normal. I would disagree with her, like, that she's in competition with younger, hotter. I don't believe in that. And a woman with kids seems easier somehow. Well, I don't think women with kids is easier. I think as far as, I think if you saw a woman with kids that's divorced, they go, I'm done with that part of life. And a lot of men are attracted to a situation that might be more simple.
Okay.
But I think it goes both ways.
Yeah, because new guys won't have to deal with an ex-husband of yours or like asshole children.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, you're going to, for every guy that we could say is attracted to that scenario, there's another guy that's attracted to it. So I'm, this is all to say that your points are moot.
And your vagina's probably super tight.
Tight as fuck. I feel like and have been told I'm a catch. Good looking, outgoing, great job, independent, smart, pretty chill. I absolutely am.
Chill. Chill in certain contexts.
Yeah, chill. Who's chill? I absolutely am picky, but I simply want to find someone I have a real connection and spark with, who I like waking up to every morning. I look forward to having a partner in my life and a family, whatever that looks like. What gives? People don't meet authentically anymore. Am I bound to the apps and crappy setups forever? I'm feeling discouraged and frankly exhausted. Any thoughts would be appreciated. What do you think? This is an open-ended question.
I'm excited for you.
I am too.
I'm feeling positive energy because as someone with an older man, I love a divorced man. I feel like there's a whole second wave of men in their 40s who know about themselves more, have made whatever mistakes or learned what they don't like, and might have gotten early picked up because they were so hot, and now they've grown. And I think there's a lot of guys out there for that. But I don't think the apps is necessarily the right way all the time. Maybe getting yourself involved in more hobby-like things during the day rather than the nighttime going out because your friends are busy. So joining like whatever league or club or whatever, I think you find those like-minded people. But I think there's so many hot zaddies out there for you.
Yeah, I would say to this person, all the negatives they said, there's a positive to.
Yeah.
So I think she needs to get away from the negative stuff. She got to get away from the head trash, so to speak. She mentions divorcee Pilates instructors, single, never married women. Again, these are all things that are attractive to some, but your profile is attractive to some as well. So,
True.
you're not in a competition, and I know the apps kind of make it feel that way sometimes.
Yeah.
What I would say to this person is stop getting set up, stop going on the apps, and go hang out with your married friends with kids. She says 90% of my married friends with kids, which also 90% of my friends are married with kids, which also makes it hard to go out on the weekends. Go hang at their birthday parties. Go to every birthday party. Go hang with them during the day.
Yes.
Everyone knows 200 people. Every married couple knows 400 people.
Yep.
You're going to get set up and they're going to be sucky, but you know what? I would rather be the fun person, hang around the married people, that they go, that the minute they get around someone that's awesome and fun like you, they go, you got to meet Teresa. Mm-hmm. She's successful. And then they got the whole fucking resume ready to go. She's successful. She's pretty. Never married. They're talking about you in a way that is, they're your best asset.
She kills it at bridal showers.
Yeah.
She's killing it. Then, because if you're out and you don't even want to be out, that energy's not gonna be right for anything.
And especially if you're on these apps and you're going, and it's not that you're asking. It's not that you're asking your friends for help. Mm-hmm. It's, I want to go, let's start events with them. Let's go to their parties. Let's go to the kids' birthday parties. Let's go to, their Friendsgiving or whatever, and include them in the plans. They want to get away from their fucking kids too. They want to get away from their husbands. They want to get away from their wives. So I think creating a world where I think digging into what you got is better than getting negative about the things you don't got.
For sure.
So she said she has friends. Let's call them up. Let's do some shit.
And it's awesome that you have a lot of friends. It's actually more of a red flag if you don't have a lot of friends than you having a significant other.
Yeah.
This means you're a cool person and pretty chill, as you said. I notice you're comparing yourself to these like younger girls and Pilates instructors. It makes you think a little deeper where like, what do you think you're not bringing to the table that you can't be loved like they are? And that could help you kind of get some confidence in yourself, because for every guy that likes a 20-year-old, there's a guy who's like, oh, like I can't have good conversation with them, they don't we didn't like the same stuff growing up.
There's a yin and a yang to everything. And then here's the other thing. I just know as a guy, when you're around the couple friends, they tell you everything. And you go, and you tell them everything. The guys that are single and actually looking to like have a serious relationship say, yeah, I'm just like, they're doing the, I hung out and it was exhausting. I'm kind of looking for something more serious. So these married friends are your key. They're not your enemy. They're not, they are your...
And they want to live vicariously through you. They're fucking bored. They're the one whose husband is being a Labrador Retriever when they want a nap. Yeah. They want to be on the apps and they want to be looking around to find you, the hot guy, to live vicariously through you.
You're not asking them to be set up. Don't do that. You are just going to have fun with them. Because then they go, oh, we got to find you. Fucking,
how does she not have someone?
JTrain podcast, JTrain podcast at gmail.com, JTrain podcast at gmail.com. We got time for... What do we got? 2 more? Is that okay? Okay. Here with Hannah Berner. At Hannah Berner, go follow. Don't move across the country with them, they said. Jared. Listen to your show every week. Find your perspective so insightful. Anyways, I'll get straight to the point. I recently got divorced and was in the relationship for 11 years. It ended badly with a restraining order against my ex, but I had some amazing friends to help me through that very tough time, and I'm doing surprisingly well. Well, we're happy that's happening, that you're doing well. One of these friends is a single guy, and we started inadvertently hooking up and spending a lot of time together, going on weekend trips, hanging out with our couple friends, as well as offering to let me stay at his place while some legal issues were getting sorted out for my safety and watch my dog during the demanding time at work. About 6 months after my divorce, I started having feelings for him, but wasn't sure if I was ready for another relationship, but I knew I enjoyed spending time with him. One of my good friends told me that since they had known him, he's never had a girlfriend, just friends that were girls, and he would have them come visit from time to time, and that our situation seemed different. I was hopeful for our future. I took a leap of faith and told him how I felt. I did not get the response I had hoped for. He said he's not the relationship type because he doesn't like the drama, but he likes spending time with me. Being a little miffed and hurt by a rejection, I just brushed it off and continued on the way the things were, being that I was still unsure of what I really wanted Being a little miffed and hurt by the rejection, I just brushed it off and continued on the way the way things were before. Being that this sentence, this is why he dumped you. No,
Being like the verbs and nouns just aren't.
Being a little miffed and hurt by rejection, I just brushed it off and continued on the way things were, being that I was still unsure of what I really wanted in the first place.
Okay, got it.
I decided it was time for a change in my life and wanted to move out of state. He was also looking for a change as well, so we decided that we would move to new city together.
He's toxic.
I thought since he wanted to take the plunge and start fresh with me, that maybe feelings had changed. After we got all moved into our new place in separate rooms, we still hook up and do all the things that couples do. Come to find out, his friends are still sending him nudes, Snapchats, and texting him every day. I want to go to him again and tell him my feelings and hope he would want to try a relationship with me, but I'm scared of rejection again. I don't know what to do. Please help. Sincerely, stupid girl who moved across the country with Mr. I don't want to commit. Well, you're not stupid.
I'm feeling all types of emotions,
sucks.
Jared. I'm feeling a lot.
So this woman has a friend. This woman gets divorced, starts hooking up with a friend, and
he's there for her.
He tells her he doesn't want a relationship, and then she stays as friend who hooks up and then moves with him across the country.
I think we have to think of it big picture. You just went through some fucking trauma.
Sure.
Like pure trauma, and it probably felt so good to feel safe with another dude. But I don't think you've like been able to necessarily grieve or recover from the trauma of this one guy, because that new guy is not going to fix it. And I feel like you deserve some time to heal without dealing with guy drama.
I mean, she's living with him now. I mean, I agree with you.
Or you love the drums, and I support it.
She said,
we love a chaotic queen.
It doesn't seem like she loves it. It seems
but
like
I mean,
she's grasping
also,
at straws here.
One thing I've learned about men in my life, of a lot of dicks, I've learned you just have to listen to what they tell you. Men are
pretty simple.
Like if they tell you we're not looking for anything, they're not trying to get you to, read between the lines. The men don't read between lines. He could barely read that thing. Like
no, couldn't read it. It might be the punctuation, but I would say you're exactly right. He just told you exactly what he wants. You were like, hey, let's go over there. And he goes, nah, I'm good here. And then you said, okay, I guess I'll stay here, hoping that you'll go there in the future.
Yeah.
He ain't going there.
Think how many times you've changed your mind when you've consciously not been like, oh, I don't know how I feel, they're a friend. No, literally been like, I don't like you that way. I've never suddenly been like, wait, now I'm obsessed with you.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, she wrote. She's letting him off the hook. She wrote 6 months after my divorce, I started having feelings for him. Oh no, she writes, one of these friends is single, and we started inadvertently hooking up. Nothing's inadvertent. He didn't fall. He didn't trip on a tree branch and then start going down on you when he fell. And
hit the exact part of your clit that
just
makes
like,
you
oh, sorry.
He's attracted to you. He's into you.
Yeah, but he's only into the responsibility of you of this much. He has said, I am stopping here. I'm not going forward. And you moved, which, again, I don't blame you for moving, looking for a new state. I agree with what Hannah's saying. It seems like you had this relationship end. You found someone who makes you feel good some of the time. And when you're with someone who makes you feel good some of the time,
you chase that.
Well, and then it becomes less and less of the time that you feel good and more of the time that you're chasing.
Like a drug.
And that's the thing. And it's like his drug is wearing off and you want the next level of drugs. And
also,
he's going, I don't got that.
You can't trap his ass. Just because you're living together does not mean you're like, well, we're probably going to fall in love here. Like, that's not how you'd feel trapped if you felt like someone was forcing anything on you. So like, you just got out of a lot of pain, and this is, I mean, get a reality TV camera, because this is going to be drama and some pain, because he's going to hook up with girls. He's not with you. He's going to hook up with girls.
I think you have to tell you, and here's the thing. She's like, should I tell him how I feel? I think you have to tell him how you feel again. I think you have to tell him. And
for closure.
For closure. And understand that him saying, I like you, but I'm not going to be more, is no. That's what it is. It's not maybe tomorrow. And maybe he'll even say that. But you can't, you got to be stronger than that. And
Mm-hmm.
I understand that's hard when someone says words to you and you go, but they all sound like the word.
Yeah.
He's going to be as nice to you as humanly possible because he does like you. He does find you attractive. He loves hooking up with you.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want to go and be more with you. And that's okay. It's not and I say you, but he doesn't want the situation. It's not about you. It's not personal.
Yeah.
So you have to go to him and go, I like you. I want to try this as a relationship. He's going to say no. But you have to hear that. I can't tell you that.
Mm-hmm. And a guy who doesn't want drama, boring.
Yeah,
no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but I feel for her because, and again, I think going through what you went through with the ex, that sucks.
Yes.
And it's time for, I'm hoping you're seeking out professional help and getting into therapy because those are great places to get a this person offers you a form of therapy.
Yeah.
But it also involves dick.
You nailed it. I've been negative towards you. I've been pretty harsh, but I want to say those 11 years, how many of those years were you like, oh, I just want to be treated right? And now a guy gives you a little bit of cake and you want the whole cake, but I'm telling you, there's better guys out there. This is just the first guy to give you positive attention.
She also has to be okay alone.
Yeah.
You have to be okay alone and with yourself before someone else is going to, join up for the team.
Yeah, get your self-esteem back.
Sucks. This situation's tough because, and then I'm sure she feels alone. She moved across the country.
Oh yeah, she's used to having a guy with her for over 10 years.
Yeah.
But I think just move out of that apartment and you'll be fine.
JTrainPodcast@gmail.com. JTrainPodcast@gmail.com. We got one more.
Beautiful.
It's called Big Girl Dating. Jared and Guess. Let's get right into the thick of it. I am a thick woman.
I love how she said think of it.
I love it.
Two C's.
I have always been a curvy woman and accepting that I most likely always will be. Sorry, they cut off on the page. I have always been a curvy woman and I'm accepting that I most likely always will be. It's great seeing plus-size women on the cover of Sports Illustrated and portrayed like the gorgeous goddesses they are on social media. The body positive movement was not so prevalent when I was young, an impressionable girl, so I still struggle with my insecurities. Same here. Those insecurities really come out when it comes to dating. Here's a breakdown of me on dating apps. I set up my profile with current photos, make sure to post full body pictures that show my size. Sometimes I pay for the boost feature so I can see who matches with me and I can check their profiles out. And it's always a nice ego boost to see that attractive men are into my profile. But I spiral and talk myself out of matching with them even though I think they are attractive because why would an attractive, fit, athletic, outdoorsy guy want to match with a big woman? I tell myself they just swiped on the first picture or headshot so they didn't really look, or that guys just swipe on anyone to get a match. When I don't use the boost feature and I match and I get the same panic attack and talk myself out of initiating conversation. Do guys take the time to look at all the pictures or do they just see the first one and swipe? In general, do guys get hung up on how big or the size of a woman when looking to match? Any insight or thoughts would be much appreciative. I love your podcast, and I'm hoping to catch your show at La Jolla if I can. Also attaching screenshots of my profile. I'm sure she's beautiful. We don't even need to see them. But there she is.
Oh, wow.
She's gorgeous.
She's gorgeous.
Oh, my God. She's hot as shit.
Jared, slide in the DM.
Here's the thing. I'm attracted to curvy women.
Yeah.
That's my type.
Yeah.
So and again, this is to go back to a lot of the things that have come up in this episode. Mm-hmm. For every guy that's not into it, is into it. But here's the problem. It's the head trash. What she's saying is something that you say to yourself to talk yourself out of it, but it's happening for everyone. Are guys swiping right at everyone? Yes. Yeah. Are guys looking at the first picture, then not into the second picture? Yes, just like the same with women. They're doing that too. But I think guys are out there for other purposes that might not be a relationship. And the self-talk is, of course, going to talk you out of it. But I think, I don't know how to...
She's rejecting herself before they can reject her.
Yeah. I hear that. And listen, we've all been there.
And you're protecting yourself in a way, but in the long run, you're hurting yourself because you're not even putting yourself out there. But I mean, we just saw your photo and you're beautiful.
Yeah. But again, like I've said this on the podcast so many times. Everyone is someone's foot.
True.
You go to a porn site, the left side of the screen is all hyperlinks to types of porn. Mm-hmm. There's foot, there's curvy, big tit, small tit, left tit, right tit. It's also a Dr. Seuss novel. And there's someone out there masturbating to the foot. Mm-hmm. And they are happy as a clam. Mm-hmm. You are someone's foot. for every person that is into something, there's someone that's not into something, and that's okay. We're trying to find the right match. We're not trying to get with everybody. You want the right fit. I would say to this person, she has to like swing right to go straight. What do I mean by that? When I play golf, if I drive, I always go right.
Same.
So then I turn my body and hit left so it goes straight. She writes that her first picture's a headshot. If that's in your head, make your first picture the one that would scare the shit out of you of posting up. And again, these are probably not the advice a professional would give. You have, as you said, I have insecurities too. So I feel this person on a very similar level. I understand body insecurities. I get all that. And I'm sure there's things you could be doing in addition. Maybe it's getting off the apps. But I would say to you, maybe it's putting the scariest picture first so you stop doing that to yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like that a lot because then you can't trick yourself like that. I also think what's helped me, whether I'm confident in my body on the day or not, is people remember how you made them feel. And especially men, like they immediately either want to fuck you or they don't, and you can feel it. And then he's not like, oh, do you have a hair on your nipple? Or like he's either into you or not.
We're into we are into no details.
No.
Just
they can't tell if you shaved your head. They'd be like something.
Well, that's
off.
the thing. Here's the other thing you can trust in. If you're having a nice conversation on the app and the guy, and as far as attraction is concerned, I think the hard part for this woman is the self-talk, obviously.
Yeah.
And that's hard for everyone, myself included. But I think, the other thing for curvy women a lot of times is like, you have to find a guy who's secure enough to like, be like, this is the type of, and that's a societal thing that sucks. Like I've been with curvy women and I've had like friends of mine be like, whoa, Jared, look, I didn't know that was your type. And you're like, what a shitty thing to say. Why? Because you do have to deal with other things that you didn't think. And I'm not trying to put more insecurities into this person's mind.
It's more to hold on to. That's what guys always have told me.
Listen, it is hot, but I'm saying it's hot for me.
Yeah.
So here's what I will say to you. I've never been on a date with someone I wasn't attracted to.
Yeah.
And that is a very different thing for a lot of women out there. They go, oh, I'll go on to, I'm not really there yet. Maybe I could be there. And you go, that is an unrelatable thing to me.
Yep.
So I can understand why she's like doing the self-talk of like, he's going because he's obligated. Listen, I'm not saying every guy on the app that you're talking to is like ready to go on a date, but the ones that do, you're their fucking type.
Yeah.
They're down.
What's it called when you think that it's basically like she thinks she's tricking everyone that she's beautiful. Like she's tricked all these guys. It's like, why don't respect their decision for a second?
Well, yeah, no one's smarter than you.
Yeah.
And no one's dumber than you.
Yeah.
Like everyone's pretty much the same.
You haven't fucking found the trick to
Yeah.
make every guy swipe on you.
Yeah.
That's not your fault to figure out.
And
they
again,
did it.
You might go on these dates and the guy's just there to fuck.
Yeah.
And that's you and every other woman out there.
And I do have to say,
that's not
of my
about
friends,
you. It's about, the dynamic. But go ahead.
My friends who I think are the hottest, well, I'll just start ranking my friends, but like the girls
Get out the list. Get out the list. Let's see who's
the
number
7, 6,
one.
4s.
Yeah.
No, but I always like to surround myself with women who like just are comfortable in their skin, and it's so easy to say, but like they're the more attractive ones. Like I don't care how fucking nice your lip is or what plastic surgery you've gotten or how thin you are. It's the girls who are like, this is my room and I'm happy to be here. And I think that's the work that you do.
That's we can't tell her that on a podcast.
I know.
No, but that's the thing you're aiming towards. It's nice to know that like, oh, if I can aim towards this. And listen,
I just want to let her know that is a factor. It's not, are you big or are you not? There's so many factors to attraction.
Oh, totally. I mean, listen, if you own it, fucking hot and sassy, it doesn't matter.
Sit on his
There's
face.
something to that. So, JTrainPodcast@gmail.com. Hannah Berner, thank you for coming on. Fantastic.
Thank you for having me.
Always a pleasure. Everyone go follow Hannah at Hannah Berner, Giggly Squad, Burning in Hell. Those are the podcasts. Go, go, go. I'm Jared Freid. We're here every Monday with your emails, your stories, your questions. Keep sending them in. We'll be back next week. Boom.